Hey guys, Louie here. Some of you have asked about the process for embedding copper into silver, and I've decided I am going to reveal all in this video if anybody would like to attempt this. This will be my last pour of the copper, silver copper gun cylinders. They've just been incredibly difficult to do, but I want to show you my process, and maybe somebody else will want to do this. It's quite random how it turns out, and it creates a lot of errors. First, you need a mold that is appropriately designed for the process that can accept the copper pieces. In this case, we will be looking for the loaded gun cylinder effect. So I buy these little copper beads, 999 copper beads off of eBay. They're not too expensive. And what I do is I take 6 of these in this particular example, or if it's in the example of the copper-eyed ogre, it would be just 2 for the eyes. And in this case, I thread it on a piece of copper wire. So what I'll be looking to do is string together 6 of these. The problem with pouring around copper, and again, these are not inlaid so much as they are embedded or encased in the molten silver. The problem is when you go to do it, you can move them, right? And when they move, you get an inferior result if you want them to show. If they move too much, they will be actually buried in the silver, and they'll be in there, but you won't be able to see them. And that is what has been happening to me. So for example, here's one where some of them are showing and some of them have actually been covered by the silver. And when that happens, there's no way to get them back out. All you can do is sand them down. I actually kind of like the look of this cylinder, but that was not supposed to happen. So the sanded top can still show the embedded copper when it's below the surface, but the intent is to have them popping out with an eyeball or with the bullet. So in this case, what I've done is I've strung 6 of these guys on a little piece of copper wire. I will be making the circle. All right, twisting it, and I'll cut the excess wire off of these. And then once you have made the circle, you can drop that down into your mold. I really should have some tin snips here to snip off the excess copper wire. But so now you have something that is fairly well secure in the bottom of the mold. When you pour the silver, the little balls are not going to roll around. Of course, you do it very carefully. And what I've learned is to pour very carefully and very slowly around the balls so they don't pop up and create the buried effect. Okay, so that's the beginning of that. This is the last one I'm going to pour ever. So this is for you know who you are, but this is the last of the series, and I'm going to tape the pouring of it. All right, guys, I'm here at my pouring bench, and I am going to go ahead and pour the gun cylinder. Here we have about 5.4 ounces of silver in the large crucible, and I'm going to get going. So I will edit out the loud noises and speed up the video and hopefully slow it back down when we are ready to pour. Okay, let's get on our goggles. And nice to have a day off. I have Friday off, which is Cesar Chavez Day here in my state. So that is why I have time to do a video. All right, rock and roll. mold nice and hot, as well as the copper beads. If the copper is not hot, then it could potentially pop, move around. When they turn black, I assume they're heated properly. Rotating the silver around the dish makes for a hotter dish and a hotter pour. You want the silver as hot as possible, right? We're getting pretty close. When I pour, I will begin with a very slow pour, but it's got to be continuous or we'll get the stacking effect, which is not desirable. Okay, hopefully that's hot enough on the hole. The other value of the copper wire is that the beads are not moving around when I heat them. All right, here we go. Beautiful. That is a beauty. Beauty, 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 beauty. I think, but you never know till you pop it out, right? Because I could have messed up and the beads could have moved around. Maybe I did it wrong. And if you do it wrong, then you get that other mess. Okay, here it comes. Let's see how she looks. Oh, it does not look good. So what we've got here is a partial fail. I think I might be able to somewhat repair that, but see, one of the beads has not fully emerged. Let's cool this off. This is why I'm not doing these any longer. It's just, it's too hit or miss, and I'm creating a whole lot of sterling. Here's a fail. Here's a fail. And again, I can sand these, and I possibly will, but at 6 ounces a shot, that is a lot of fails. So it's just, this particular project has been somewhat frustrating. Okay, well, it might tumble up. I don't know. We've got too much silver right there. That's got to come off for this to work. And once you start sanding it, you're kind of, anything. I just wound up pouring a second one. I didn't do the whole process, but here's the raw product. And this one came out what I would expect. They're quite a bit rougher than you would think when they first come out, but that will clean up nicely because each of the beads is 90% exposed. So I'll show you the finished product when I'm done. And again, this is the last one I will ever make of these. Bye, guys. All right, here is the preliminary cleanup to a satin stage. And now we are going to go and put this in the tumbler. All right, here's my Lortone tumbler. There is the thing. We've got the shot in there. Got some water. I'm going to put another cup of water. That's probably plenty. A little bit of Dawn dish soap, seasoned to taste. I can't really do that with one hand, but you don't want too much dish soap because then it'll start bubbling out. All right, and we put the lid on. Bear with me, I'm doing this with one hand. I thought you guys would want to see my tumbler. It's probably the same one everybody has. I just have a single, but it's a very big one. Okay. Pound her down. And this will tumble, oh gosh, this could tumble for 4 hours easily, sometimes even longer. So then we lock her down, the locking hub. All right, and then this baby comes over here. Goes into the machine. And on we go. Okay, tumble. Be back at you when this is done. It's been a few hours and I am pulling it out right now. Actually, it's been about 6 hours. A little more than I had intended. So let's see how it turns out. Hopefully it is awesome. You know all the bubbles that made? Woo! Very nice. Very nice. Now we're gonna polish this up. It'll be better yet. But yeah, that's looking good, man. Okay, right, next up. I'm finally done with this one. Turned out pretty good. You know, they're all different because you saw how random that process can be. But I like the way this one turned out. Polished it really good. Stamped it 179 grams. And then I'm making the holder. It'll look like this one here. And it'll just pop in there. And you'll have it holstered. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that is the making of the loaded gun cylinder. Bye now.